G'day YouTube and welcome back to Perfecting Pete. So today's video I'm going to do is around intermittent fasting supplements I've been taking to help me with my intermittent fast. It's primarily on the back of a question I had on YouTube from Mookie Cookie. Thank you very much. Your question was, what's the effect of, how do you stay alert first thing in the morning when you go straight into a meeting at work while you're fasting? How do you stay alert throughout the day? How do you avoid feeling hungry? How do you avoid cravings? You got people wafting food in and around you. So it was a basic question around that. So the answer to the question really is supplements are king when it comes to helping keep the cravings at bay. And there's a few supplements I use both while I'm fasting and after I've broken my fast. So I'm going to quickly run through them on this video. And the things we'll be talking about will be my magic water, which is a nickname I give to the primary source of fluids that I drink while I'm fasting, a fat burner first thing in the morning when I first wake up, excuse me, and lots of black coffee. So they're the three things I take while I'm fasting. Then when I break my fast, I supplement my diet with protein powder, a good quality multivitamin, probiotic, krill oil, and at the moment I'm testing out some BCAAs as well. So to go through them in a little bit more detail, we'll start with magic water because that's the key for what I'm drinking throughout the day while I'm fasting. So obviously I start with some pure filtered water. It's about 2 liters a day. So water is really important obviously while you're fasting to maintain hydration. And also because you're fasting, you're encouraging your cells to your body to break down old crappy cells and to pull the toxins out of a lot of your cells in your body. So really staying hydrated is important to help you mobilize all those toxins that you're releasing from those cells. To that 2 liters of water I'm drinking per day, which is 8 glasses of 8 ounces of water roughly, I'm adding some pink Himalayan salt for some sodium, and I'm adding cream of tartar as a source of potassium. So 2 core electrolytes. Obviously I'm not getting electrolytes throughout the day from my food, so it's good to supplement my water with some electrolytes. And also, and I don't fully understand it again, I think I've said in pretty much every video, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a nutritionist, so I kind of do my own research and learn about this stuff, but I might get stuff wrong from time to time. My wife tells me I'm wrong all the time. She's keeping a list, so trust me, I'm wrong at least 5 times a day. So from my understanding, when you balance potassium and sodium properly, it helps encourage a process called sodium potassium ATPase, which helps maintain energy throughout the day. So again, your electrolytes are not only replenishing the electrolytes you'd usually get out of your food, but it also helps maintain your energy and focus. So apart from the 2 electrolytes I'm adding to my water, I'm also adding apple cider vinegar. Now, there is reams of information on the internet about the magical benefits of apple cider vinegar. I encourage you to go and check them out, but there is a lot of material about how good it is for you. Primarily, it's acetic acid. Its effects, the top few effects that I picked out was that it boosts the immune system, it reduces inflammation, it improves your mineral uptake from the stuff you're throwing in your water. So I'm using pink Himalayan salt. I should mention that I'm using pink Himalayan salt specifically instead of table salt because it contains a range of other minerals that you kind of want in your body. So if you stick with table salt, you're going to get pure sodium. So I stick to pink Himalayan salt. So it helps with your apple cider vinegar, helps with mineral uptake. It also decreases your blood glucose, which helps you with your cravings. So you're not craving sugar throughout the day. You've got a lower blood glucose level. And the last thing I'm adding to my water in the morning is the juice of half a lime. So, like lemons, limes contain limonoids. Limes specifically contain a lot more limonoids than lemons. So there are other citrus fruits you could be using, but I stick to limes. It helps improve, or it encourages liver enzymes, which in turn improves detoxification by increasing the volume of glutathione in your body. So that's the last thing I add to my water. So from the top, you've got pure filtered water, pink Himalayan salt for your sodium, cream of tartar for your potassium, apple cider vinegar, and the juice of half a lime. And I throw that all in a big 2 liter bottle. It's purple. I get crap about it all the time at work because everyone says that it's pink, but it's purple. And it's actually gotten to a point now where I enjoy the taste of, it's kind of salty. You can taste just the edge of the vinegar, but the lime helps mask a lot of that really strong vinegar taste. It's gotten to a point now where I prefer it over just pure water. So I drink that throughout the day, throughout my fast. I usually start drinking that at 9 and I'll finish that 2 to 2.2 litres by 4 o'clock when I break my fast. However, when I first wake up, I like to start with a fat burner. Now, to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about fat burners beyond they're supposed to, they contain a lot of coffee, they contain a lot of caffeine rather, a lot of green tea extract. They're designed to improve thermogenesis by raising your body temperature slightly to help improve fat burning. I just happened to pick it up off the shelf. I went into Nutrition Warehouse in Castle Hill, so if you're local, I recommend you go and talk to the guys. I picked it up off the shelf because it looked cool. Walked up to the guy and asked him if it was good and if it was going to break my fast. And he pretty much said that I picked up probably the best thing he's got on the shelves in terms of a fat burner. So if you're looking for supplements and you're in the same local area I am, I'd recommend Nutrition Warehouse at Castle Hill. Free plug for the guys. Very knowledgeable about the products they're selling, and they're always happy to help. So I start my morning with a fat burner. It's basically a kick in the ass to get me out of bed. It contains that much caffeine that it's kind of like drinking a couple of black coffees in one big hit. It also helps keep away all the cravings for the rest of the day. Keeps me alert, gives me lots of mental energy. It also helps mobilize fat in the body. As I said before, it improves thermogenesis. So fat burner is how I start my morning every morning. Now, the recommended dose is half a scoop first thing in the morning and then half a scoop around midday. I'm actually I did that for the first 2 or 3 days, and then I got a little bit lazy. I couldn't be bothered taking yet another thing to work every day and taking it home again. So I've been sticking to half a dose first thing in the morning, and that's it. And that's been doing me perfectly. The only other thing I drink throughout the day while I'm fasting is pure black coffee. So when I say pure, I mean no sugar, no milk, no creamers if you're in the US. It's just pure black coffee. And again, I drink maybe 2 or 3 cups of that a day, like a long black, or if you're stuck with just pure instant coffee with water. And I find that helps with feeling full throughout the day. And between the magic water, the fat burner, and the 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day I'm having, I never feel hungry. I never feel half asleep. In fact, if anything, it's helped me overcome those afternoonsies you get after a big lunch. So that's what I take during the day. And then I break my fast. So there's a few other supplements I take after I break my fast. The first one, dead center, is protein powder. This is a whey protein isolate, which means that it's extremely pure. It's got no fat in it. This particular one, and I have noticed that as you spend more money and as the quality of the protein increases, I tend to find that you get more pure protein. So this particular one I really like. It's got 25 grams of protein in it. It's got 1 gram of carbs, and it's got no fat in it whatsoever per serving. So excuse me. The one important thing I will say about protein powder for me is I'm not using it as a meal replacement strategy at all. So there's no point where I'll just have a protein shake by itself. I did that in phase 1 to break my fast because I needed just pure protein. But by and large, I've heard lots of diets where you replace whole meals like lunches and breakfasts and dinners in various stages, obviously, with a shake that's going to be protein powder based. I don't want to do that. I'm sticking to whole foods, and I'm basically just using this to supplement my normal protein intake with something that's relatively pure, but I'll also always only have it when I'm having something else with it. So it's there to boost the protein uptake rather than replace a whole meal. So I might have this with some dry rice cakes to help break my fast, a little bit of carbohydrate, a little bit of protein. I might have it in a protein mix shake with some avocado, some raw cocoa powder, some Greek yogurt, non-fat yogurt, rolled oats. That's a protein shake right there, and that's a really tasty way to get lots of nutrients in. But it's not pure protein. Anyway, I'm rambling about protein. So the next thing I take is a good quality probiotic. It doesn't matter if it's a shelf-stable probiotic. These days, the products you can get that are shelf-stable and don't need to be refrigerated are getting considerably better. But those probiotics, really, because you're not eating throughout the day, you can strip the mucus lining in your stomach, so you will have a bit of a sensitive tummy when you start eating again. So a good probiotic is really important. And again, I take that about half an hour before I have my main meal. Then we have a multivitamin. I usually take that around the same time as the krill oil, so usually after eating. And that's really because I'm fasting, and I'm exercising heavily. I want to make sure I get all of the nutrients I need throughout the day. So I take a good quality multivitamin, and then I take krill oil. Now, krill oil's full of omega-3. helps balance with omega-3, with omega-6. There's a lot of research around omega-3 and its benefits on the body, particularly when you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to exercise heavily and build muscle tissue. It's been shown to reduce inflammation, which is great for muscle recovery after exercising. It's also been shown to reduce muscle wastage, which is important because you don't want to lose those gains. And it also works with amino acids, which we'll come back to in a second, to help build muscle tissue through protein synthesis. So, I'm taking omega-3 once a day, and I think that's 1,000 milligrams. So that's it for the core supplements for my intermittent fast. My magic water, my coffee, and my fat burner while I'm fasting, and then when I'm not fasting, protein powder supplements with normal food, along with a good multivitamin, krill oil for omega-3, and a probiotic. Now there is one other thing in front of us, and that is BCAAs, and that's something that I'm trying out at the moment. So it's been recommended to me a number of times by by people doing a number of different types of program. So branched chain amino acids basically contain the 3 critical amino acids to help with muscle development, so protein synthesis, and they go hand in hand with the omega-3s. So I'm taking that on the days that I'm exercising heavily at the moment to see how I feel about it. It's also designed to help maintain a bit of fat burning throughout the day. Well, obviously I'm taking it at night, but continues to encourage fat burning. So that's BCAAs. I'm testing that out at the moment. I've tested out most of these things in the sense that I stopped taking the fat burner just to see what impact it was having. Was it actually having a positive impact on my exercise program? And I actually found that yes, it does certainly have an impact, as does cutting coffee out. So I found that I was starting to get a little bit grumbly and hungry during the day when I wasn't taking those 2 supplements, so I threw those back in. I also tried just drinking pure water, and again I found that my energy levels weren't quite as high. So I don't know if it's the electrolytes, the apple cider vinegar, or the lime, but something in that water is certainly doing a lot of benefit for me. And the other supplement that I haven't tried yet, that's next on my list, because I'm trying to phase it in to make sure that I can see a benefit out of taking something. I don't want to spend money on things that don't have any benefit. So I'm doing it one at a time. As I said, I'm trying BCAAs at the moment, and I'm probably going to keep that in my program. The last thing is a greens powder. So very, very high density nutrients from green vegetables. It's supposed to be very good for you. I'll probably throw that in the next couple of weeks into my diet and see how that goes. Again, that's going to be after I've broken my fast, because it will affect my fast. There was one thing I forgot about BCAAs, and that's that it helps reduce cravings for carbohydrates while you're in your eating window. So, luckily I haven't had a desire to pig out after I've broken my fast yet and eat lots of saturated fatty foods. I haven't gone to Macca's and grabbed a Big Mac after I've broken my fast, but BCAAs are supposed to reduce that cravings for those strong sugary carbohydrates. So that's another benefit of the BCAAs. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. It was primarily to answer Mookie Cookie's question on YouTube. Thank you very much for throwing that question at me. And please, I would encourage you to throw any others that you come up with if you're watching the videos. Always happy to take questions. In terms of a quick update for my program, it's been a complete train wreck, to be honest. My schedule has been a lot messier than I thought it was. So unfortunately, I was only able to exercise 2 days this week. I thought I'd be able to get at least 3 days in, but the first day back from my trip, I slept straight through my alarm. I was actually late for work on Friday, so I didn't get to exercise on Friday morning as I planned. In terms of fasting, I'm supposed to be fasting 5 days a week. I'm technically 4 days a week, but I like to fast 5. I only fasted Monday, Tuesday, and Friday during the week, so I'm a day down on that. I'm also supposed to be exercising four times a week, and I only managed to get 2 days in. So bit of a train wreck, and it looks like this coming week's going to be the same. I'm away Sunday, and I'm flying out tomorrow afternoon, and I'm away all Monday. And again, it's very hard to do fasting while I'm away, while I'm traveling, because I can't. It's difficult to track my macros. It's difficult to ensure that I'm getting my macronutrients in during the day. I can't get my magic water. My fat burner's not with me, so I don't really want to be taking white powdered substances in my luggage while I'm traveling on a plane, so I don't want to risk it. So yeah, it's going to be difficult. Wednesday, I've got to get up at 5:30 in the morning to get to a conference that starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not going to be able to do my exercise like I usually would. That's going to be a pain. And then on Friday, I'm actually doing a client lunch. So it's a barbecue. It's going to be difficult to fast while I'm stuck on a boat with a bunch of customers cooking a barbecue and eating. So I think what I'll do is add an extra couple of weeks to phase 2 in the middle here, just to kind of make up for that. And I've actually noticed that, you know, my weight loss has kind of plateaued. I'm assuming that's probably because, you know, my diet and my exercise has been a bit diminished this week. So I started on Monday, my official weigh-in day, at 101.5 kilos. By Tuesday, I actually managed to break the 10 kilo barrier. So I was at 100.9 kilos, which means I've lost just over 10 kilos since I started, which you know, felt fantastic. But by this morning, which is Saturday, I was back up to 101.3 kilos. So again, I'm sure it's just plateaued because, you know, my eating and my exercise has been a bit of a train wreck, but I'll get back to it. Anyway, that's all I had time for today. Thank you very much for watching. A bit of a longer video. Sorry, there was a lot of content to get through. If you like what you see, I'm releasing videos. I'm trying, you know, obviously once a week. I'm trying to hit Tuesdays every week. That's Australian time. But if you do like what you see, please subscribe, like the video, comment if you've got anything that you wanted to ask me or any comments that you wanted to add, or look me up on Instagram. I'm under Perfecting Pete. Thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.